this evening. But for a lot of people, it's going to be isolated in nature. Also, it's not going to drop a lot of rain with it. So for the most part, overall, today's going to be nice. Tomorrow will be even better because we pull those rain chances. We take temps that are into the 60s, kind of like today, and we also have the sun. But we throw a little bit of wind in there tomorrow, so we'll have to watch those fire weather conditions tomorrow. Make sure and keep that in mind if you have any outdoor grilling or anything that you plan on doing tomorrow that could cause a spark. Then we have a temperature change. By Tuesday, front comes through, and that will be dropping those temps a little bit for midweek. We have a front on the way actually now. You can see it off to our northwest. The thing is, not much cooler air behind this one, so tomorrow we won't notice a big change in temps, at least not compared to the cold front coming through at the beginning of the work week. That will take those temps down a little bit more for midweek. Satellite pictures showing an increase in clouds. We're noticing an increase in the cloud cover already here in downtown Minneapolis. Notice that the radar pictures popping up some rain on radar, but I've been looking at surface observations. We're not really recording much at ground level, and here's part of why. Dew points are dry, so that moisture has to go through some dry air and saturate before we start seeing it at the surface. Another reason that I will mention that rain chance, basically starting now and going through this evening, you can see a couple of spots here on radar, especially favoring eastern Minnesota and western Wisconsin. I wouldn't cancel your outdoor plans. If you really don't want to get wet, then have a backup plan to move inside real fast. But for the most part, it's pretty isolated. This comes in play through midnight, and then it's out of here. So again, the precipitation amount's minimal at best, and really the impact pretty minimal, but it is still a possibility coming up here over the rest of the evening going into tonight. Temps tonight actually above average by a couple degrees. 47 your forecast low overnight here in the Twin Cities. And then by tomorrow, high temps above that 65, which is the average. We're forecast to hit 70 here in the Twin Cities. Mid 70s as we look further off to the west, even a 69 in Brainerd, 69 for Rice Lake, 70 as we look out to Hinckley. So beautiful day for a baseball game. Twins playing the Blue Jays, 11:35. Pre-game temp mid-50s, taking you into the upper 60s by final out. Bring the shades. We're going to have that sunshine. Now Monday is that next cold front. This one brings a rain chance for Monday. Also going to have still some dry air to fight with that one, so probably minimal impacts at the surface, but the cooler air is something that you'll notice. Further off to the west, a little bit of rain shower activity along with some cloud cover that is also starting to filter in here. But as I showed you earlier in the show, a lot of that rain, even though it's on radar, not necessarily making it to the surface. We do keep with a couple of spots that we won't rule out, some evening showers, especially favoring eastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin as we head into tonight, but maybe a quick passing shower. That's pretty much it. So it's not going to ruin too much of your outdoor plans, I don't think, for the rest of the day today. Temps tonight down to the 30s and the 40s as we look further up to the north. As we take you to central Minnesota, we're at 44 when it comes to your low temp here in St. Cloud. Metro region, mid and upper 40s with western Wisconsin, kind of the same deal there. Heading into southern Minnesota, low temps just dropping to 50 as we look out to Red Wing. Also 48 as we check out Northfield. And then for tomorrow, we have a northwest wind coming in about 10 to 15, maybe a little breezier at times. With northern Minnesota even throwing in some 70s here. Wadena 70, same deal as we look out to Brainerd. We'll have that sunshine coming through for tomorrow. Rain-free day in the forecast for your Sunday, with 70s even creeping into the mid-70s as we look out to Hastings, 74, 73 as we look out to Waconia with southern Minnesota, also just about in the mid-70s with that sunshine. Here are those forecast wind gusts I was talking about. Tomorrow, we do have a northwest wind, about 20 miles per hour, so I will mention that. And then as we go into Monday, we have another frontal boundary coming through. This one also kind of what we call moisture starved. So we have the shower chances that we'll watch for Monday. Right now, not a rain out expected with your activities on Monday, but the colder air will be in play with this one because it knocks your highs down Tuesday to the not a lot coming in with any of those rain showers. We had a fair amount of sun throughout the day. We increased the clouds a little bit of that activity I'll show you on radar here in a second. For the most part, we're mainly dry for the rest of the weekend. Tomorrow, actually, we pull any rain chances out of the forecast. We take those temps, even could reach the 70s for a lot of us tomorrow, and we bring in the sun. That means because of the breezy winds, fire weather conditions are something we're going to have to watch. So heads up if you're thinking about doing some sort of burning tomorrow. That's something to check before you do so. And then by Tuesday, temps do drop off behind a cold front. So here's where we're looking at a low pressure system in place, cold frontal boundary here, couple of showers, but like I said, I've been looking at the observations and we're not really seeing too much here at ground level. We did notice an increase in the clouds, and you do see that rain here on radar, but for the most part, getting close to the metro, not too much really going on here. And let me show you our dew points. Dew points are definitely on the dry side. When we're down into the 30s like this, it's just hard to pull much moisture out of the atmosphere and get that rain on the surface. So our next future radar does keep with a couple of these spots for eastern Minnesota, western Wisconsin, going through about midnight. Once we get past midnight, we're pretty much done with those rain chances anyway. So probably not even going to impact most of us here. It's just over the next few hours. Temps are slightly above average, actually. 47, your forecast low, when we're normally at 45. Lows in the 40s for a lot of us. And then as we head into tomorrow, here's where we bump it to 70. Normally at 65, and we have 70s in the forecast for a lot of Minnesota and western Wisconsin, including Rice Lake. 72 possible for St. Cloud, 70 in Hinckley, 71 in Wilmer, even getting close to the mid-70s. As you head further off to the south, that wind direction will be out of the northwest at about 15 to 20. And we could see, about 20-mile-per-hour wind gusts or so. So it might be a little breezy tomorrow, especially compared to today. Overall, not too bad. Overall, a good day for the baseball game. You're headed out for the Blue Jays playing the Twins tomorrow at 11:35. Pre-game temp in the mid-50s. Bring the sunglasses and then prepare for some warmer weather as those temps get into the upper 60s by the final out. Now, once we head into Monday, another cold frontal boundary comes through. Another system that is not going to have a lot of moisture to play with. So we have a shower chance thrown in there, but again, not an all-day washout by any means with the Monday. But the cooler air will be coming with this one. So notice how it takes your high temps Tuesday through Thursday in the 50s, low temps in the 30s here, because we still have a frost risk. I think we'll be watching Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe Thursday morning. Here's our frost risk graphic. You can see it's not necessarily completely going to be coming in across the metro area, but our low temps will be down into the 30s. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I think what a lot of people, around here kind of wait till Mother's Day before you start doing any type of planting, those types of things. I think that's definitely the safe bet. But if you're one of those that trying to get ahead of the game, I just want to forewarn you that coming up here for the middle of the week, we do have low temps that, at least outside of the Twin Cities, could be reaching down close to freezing points. So we'll be watching that for you midweek. Today we did drop down to the 30s, but it was down to 39 this morning here in the Twin Cities. That average is 45. And then our afternoon high actually was above the average of 64. We made it up to 67. Did not report any rain at MSP today. Some locations did pick up on very light rainfall, a couple of sprinkles, and that was really pretty much it. We saw an increase. Oh, one lightning popping up here just to the west. It's just so sparse with any of these rain showers that it's probably didn't impact most of us today. And notice the next future radar going into midnight. We still keep with those very quick passing rain shower chances, but once we get past midnight, it really kicks on out of here, and that's pretty much it. Temps tonight in the 40s even across northern Minnesota. 40 for your low in Tamarack. Taking you to the metro, we're bottoming out in the mid and upper 40s for overnight lows. Mid-40s also for western Wisconsin, and the upper 40s as we look across southern Minnesota. Then tomorrow, we're back to the sunshine, a little bit of a breeze when it comes to those winds out of the northwest, 15 to 20, but highs make it into the 70s all the way up to Brainerd, Wadena, Fargo, 74. Here in the metro, I think we'll get close to 70 here. Further off to the west, we're back to 71 near High Temp in Wilmer, western Wisconsin. Couple of 70s possible here too, and then a little bit of a better chance, of course, as you head further across southern Minnesota. So your next 7-day forecast, a little bit of wind, 70 Sunday with the sun. Nice day. Monday, 68, we bring in a rain chance. It's a cold frontal boundary, but it's not going to have a lot of moisture to play with. So for now, I would not cancel any outdoor plans for your Monday. We'll just watch that.